as I say every single Monday morning, it is a vibe. What is up, nerds? It's me, your buddy pal, Hey Archer. Welcome back to Hey Archer. Damn it. Welcome back to Nerdy Coffee here on Nerd Affiliated. I get my shows confused sometimes. It happens. Your Monday morning nerdy show where we sit back, relax, pour ourselves a cup of brew, and just nerd out. However, I got really bad sleep yesterday, so I have a confession to make. I've already had my coffee today. I know it's going to be like a 3-cupper today, and I couldn't start number 2 already before the day even started. So we are just drinking water, courtesy of Liquid Death. Well, hopefully you are drinking your coffee on this fine morning. Tons to talk about. I have a confession, though, a second confession. This is my confession. What is it? This is my confession. I did not see Spider-Verse. I was planning on seeing it. I wanted to see it. Didn't have time. So that will be this Wednesday. I'll go see it on my day off. But let me know if you saw it. And of course, if you have a YouTube channel, a podcast, a blog, a vlog, an OnlyFans, a newsletter, smoke signals, whatever it may be, put it in the chat. Support one another. Plug yo shit. Thank you all for being here. My office is a mess right now. It's been a mess for a while. I got to purge. Actually, there's a stack. Let me show you real quick. There's a stack of figures right there that I was kind of going through, and I was like, I don't really need these anymore. Gonna move them out the collection. And something a lot of you may not know, if you're not a toy collector or just a collector in general, sometimes you buy things and you're like, oh, I'm gonna like this, I'm gonna display it. In my case, I'm gonna photograph it, and you just never do. You just don't get to it. And sometimes you buy them on clearance and you're like, oh, I'll get to it, I guess, at some point. Sometimes those clearance things that you forget to open end up being worth a good amount of coin. So I have a couple things there that I was pricing online just to see, and I was like, oh, the thing's like quadrupled in price for some for obvious reasons, some for not. So I'm going to go back through that pile at some point. Anyway, I hope you guys had a good weekend. Let me know what you've been up to. I'll say hello, of course, to the rambling nerd himself, Senor Anthony in the house, Josh in the house. I have a stack of books to read, sort of the same. Yeah, for years now. It is true. I would say it is very similar if you collect comic books, even DVDs. Like now, there's been not a huge push, but like a reemergence of physical media being like popular. So people are buying like original sealed VHS tapes, original sealed DVDs, and it seemed kind of crazy to me, but I have to admit, when the example that always comes to mind is Star Wars. Like if somebody has the original trilogy, like as it originally aired on a physical media, I would probably buy it. Not for crazy money, but I would buy it. Because now the only version you could see is a special edition. Sometimes I don't want the new music. I don't want the new Anakin at the end of Return of the Jedi. I just want the OG stuff, So that's the thing. But as I said at the top, there's a lot to talk about, a lot to go over. I'm going to make sure, hopefully that works. It's been a weekend. So normally, we kind of jump around with the topics, what we're going to discuss, the order. Last week belongs to the web slinger Miles Morales, the official Spider-Man at this point, doing crazy numbers. So that will be wrapped into the box office recap of today's episode. So I figured we'll go into what to watch this week, and that will also kind of tie into box office, in a way. But I'll just cross this off the list real quick. We have Transformers Rise of the Beast dropping this week, and it's got some tough competition. First of all, in the group chat, shout out to Sal. He made a really good point. Let me just move this over here and shrink that down there. He said, as long as Peter Cullen is voicing Optimus Prime, there will be people to go see the movie. And I agree. I can't think of another voice in my head when it comes to Optimus Prime. So that's a good statement. It's got a cast. Pete Davidson. Wow. Maybe I should have that other coffee. Pete Davidson just will not go away. Not that I hate the guy, but he just won't go away. He's in everything. He's in everything these days. He's in Rise of the Beast. And of course, the GOAT himself, Ron Perlman, in the movie. Michelle Yeoh in the movie. Tobey, I can never pronounce his last name, but I love him as a rapper. He's appearing in everything these days as well. So you have a good cast. You have a really, really good cast. But you guys got to tell me if you're going to theaters to see this, because I feel like it's a wait. It's going to be a wait. Anthony says, I saw the Michael J. Fox doc on Apple. Haven't been able to coordinate Spider-Verse with Eli and the kiddo yet. All right. Spider-Verse is getting 10 out of 10s. People talking Oscars. And it's also, I don't know if that's a spoiler or not. It's not really a spoiler. They announced that there's another Spider-Verse dropping next year. So they snuck it on us, apparently. And I haven't seen the movie, so I can't 100% confirm, but I saw when I was looking at the list of Spider-Man movies, there was a 2024 Spider-Verse release dropping. So, it's a big deal. It's a big deal. Waiting on Beast. I haven't seen a Transformer movie in theater since the first one Mark Wahlberg was in. So that was like, 5, I want to say, give or take. The last one, Bumblebee, pretty good. Pretty good. Definitely worth the watch. I don't know if it's worth theaters. That's the new scale. I'll have to wait for reviews on this one, but nothing tells me that this would be worth taking 3 hours out of my day to watch type of thing. Aaron Waller in the house. Good to see ya. Aaron confirmed Spider-Verse 3 is a part 2. All right. They just renamed them, I think. Oh, wait. Spider-Verse 3 is a part 2. All right, because we're in Spider-Verse 2 right now. Got it. Cool. All right, so let's roll into nerd news. So, something I wanted to shout out in the toy collector space really quickly. Premium Bandai, Tamashii Nations, SH Figuarts, Dragon Ball Z figures. We have a new Super Saiyan Goku coming out. We showed that off last week. But there is also a he's not super. He's just Android 20, Dr. Gero from Dragon Ball Z, the Cell Saga, if you guys remember. Actually, this was the Android Saga before the Cell Saga. Dr. Gero was the mad scientist who made a bunch of robots to try to take out Goku and all that. He has a figure coming out, a brand new figure for 70 bones. And this once again proves that with good quality, which there have been some QC issues with SH, but overall, good articulation, good quality, good paint jobs, lots of accessories. People are willing to open the vault and pay the money. And even this, what they're doing, they're smart and have said, all right, we released a Goku figure, right? This is a Goku from probably 5 years ago. I think this is don't quote me, but I think it's the last Saiyan on Earth is the figure, this version. They released this years ago, and they say, how can we push out some new figures and some new characters that aren't the most popular, but release them so that people want to grab it regardless? They add in accessories into new figures that can go with your old figures. So they've released a shout out to Sal. I'm sorry, I had to say it. They released a Goku heart attack face from when he died in the Future Trunks timeline to go with this Dr. Gero. Like wild. Absolutely wild. And I think it's smart. You throw in a bunch of accessories with your figure for your figure, but then you also say, I'm going to throw in some accessories for your older figures that, you know, if you want it, you can get it. You don't need it. It's not like the folded wings thing, but if you want it, come and get it. I think it's genius. 70 bones, brand new mold. I think this will easily resell for over 100. So I would grab it while you can. General Kenobi in the house with the C brother and Sal in the house. As I name dropped you, I apologize. I had to make the joke. I love you, Sal. All right. Next up, Justice League and Justice League Unlimited have returned to Netflix. But also, look at that. We now have Legends of Tomorrow. We have The Flash. We have Morbius, Supergirl. All these shows are now the Batman, have returned to Netflix. Arrow's here. This is wild. And one may say, why is that wild? What's the big deal there? Netflix may end up being the one to win the streaming wars. They may end up being the Taco Bell that wins the fast food wars. You got these companies out here. And we talked about this, I want to say 5 years ago when this whole podcasting started. We talked about it in the sense of, is it a smart move for these companies to start pulling their content off of an all-in-one kind of app to just have their own stuff? We talked about this when, at this point, DC Universe was rolling out, or maybe it was already out 5 years ago. I can't remember. But DC Universe rolls out, and we're like, cool, I love the idea that I'm going to watch Justice League and all this stuff on one app, but how many people are going to buy this app and pay monthly just to watch DC-only stuff? And eventually, HBO takes over the DC app. You got Disney that comes out. You get all these other, Paramount comes out. Peacock comes out. Funny enough, those two apps I thought I would never buy and nobody would buy, and yet I watch them the most now. But that aside, I thought it was a stupid idea. But sure enough, with some companies it worked. But now we're seeing that these companies are like, you know what? We're not making as much as we needed or that we thought we would. We got to start selling it back. Please buy our stuff back. And I thought this was major news. And it's crazy. I don't see a lot of people talking about this. I don't see it really coming up a lot. Unless this stuff was here all along and I somehow missed it. But I strongly doubt it. Strongly doubt it. So, like I said, if I was a betting man, I think Netflix is going to win the streaming wars when it's all said and done. So I think for heart attack face alone, Sal needs it. But Sal mentions he also comes with a heart attack face. That's why I love our friends group, because that's what we do here. All right. I'm going to save the best for last. Believe it or not, I don't consider this one the worst of the two. So everything now seems to be tying into box office conversation, because this is a big summer. This summer, I think, is what everybody suspected like 2021 would be, right? 2020 lockdowns are happening. It's like all the inventory of movies and stuff is kind of stacking up. People are like, you know what, 2021, everybody's gonna be back outside. Everybody's outside. We're all gonna be doing the damn thing. By the way, I forgot to say at the top, subscribe if you're new here. Drop a like if you're enjoying the show. And also, I saw in the chat there, Pikes and Lady, I believe, is there. I hate that I can't combine the Kick chat with nope. I fell for it. That they had commented a long time ago, but Kick keeps the comment list like all time. Interesting. Anyway, you guys don't care about that. I thought they were in the chat. I was going to say hello. I was going to say hi, but no, alas, they were not there. However, like I said, hit like, subscribe, all that stuff if you've not done it. So we all thought 2021 would be that year where we're all back in theaters, we're doing the damn thing, all that stuff. Flash kept getting delayed, and we were, not excited for this movie whatsoever. Ezra does what Ezra does. Time goes on, and all of a sudden, Flash ends up in what ends up being the biggest summer of movies since before the panty. But we can all agree, this movie is only going to do numbers because of Sir Keaton. He should be knighted by this point. He should be president by this point. But Sir Keaton is the only reason people are going to see this movie. People have 0.00000% reason to see this movie for Ezra Miller. Nobody's liked Ezra Miller. He was not a great Flash. He was not an amazing Flash. But even more so than that, he's a shitty person. They're a shitty person. So, no reason to have Ezra at all. However, the director comes out and says, you know what? We're going to double down. And I kind of think this is a trap. I think it's a trick. I think they're trying to get some heat. I think they're trying to get us riled up. Kind of working. I think they're trying to get us riled up. This is on Variety. The Flash director won't recast Ezra Miller in a potential sequel. No one can play the characters as well as they did. So scrolling down, he's being interviewed. He being Andy Mashara, and he says he has no interest in. He has no plans to recast Miller despite the actor's history of legal troubles and alleged abuse. I'm so my brain's going a million miles a minute. If the sequel happens, yes. I don't think there's anyone that can play the character as well as they did. The other depictions of the character are great, but this particular version of the character, they just excelled in doing it. And, as you said, the two Barrys, it feels like a character that was made for them. Now, they go here and make sure to remind everybody why we hate Ezra Miller. And I'm here for it. Sorry, just going back to the chat real quick. Yeah, Keaton and Batfleck are the only reasons, not his decision. I was going to say, I think that decision isn't his alone. Yep. Also, Steve, pour a third cup. Yeah. Not only am I tired, so my brain's not working properly, but I'm like aggravated. I'm mad at this whole thing here because look at this rap sheet, right? This rap sheet of quote unquote alleged, but my man's got arrested. So let's not get that twisted. Got arrested, got, body cammed. They got him, going to jail and all this stuff. And we're letting, not we, the fans, maybe we are, maybe we're guilty of this too, but it's getting a pass because an entire production studio is writing on this movie. I'm on a high horse right now. It's freaking disgusting. It's disgusting. And I think making comments like essentially saying he's too good to be canceled. Sorry, that they're too good to be canceled. I think it's horseshit. I kind of think it's horseshit. And I'm not going to lie. It kind of makes me not want to even see this movie. Like I want to see it more than any other movie this summer. I have no hesitation in saying that. Spider-Verse, I can go until it's on home release. Hell, I was watching Spider-Verse on TikTok this weekend. Literally was scrolling TikTok. People are streaming Spider-Verse, and I'm like, oh, I'll watch it. And I'm not going to lie. It didn't even get me interested in going to see the movie. But I'm going to see it because I know that there's spoilers to it. I got to do it for the channel. I love Miles Morales as a character. So, I'll see the movie. But honestly, like, this movie, it's what I want. It's got Michael Keaton in it. It's got Batfleck in it. But seeing shit like this, I'm like, I don't want to reward them. And I wasn't even talking about Ezra when I said that them. I meant the studio. Like, I don't want to reward the studio, have them make the money, and be like, well, yeah, and obviously it worked because Ezra's in it. So let's roll it back again. But you know what? I kind of think that this is like a troll. Not gonna lie, I feel like it might be a troll. So we'll see. But I'm really, really tempted to just skip the movie and just wait. Really, really tempted. Their warning should be split up among the victims. You mean their earnings? Yeah. Let's get nuts. Could all be really like Spider-Verse. Yeah. No, I don't doubt Spider-Verse is a good movie. I'm not really sorry. I'm not saying that, but like this should have been the movie. This should have been the movie. And when I see these double downing, things, it grinds my gears. It grinds my gears. Sorry. See, I'm slipping. But you know what? I'm not even the most upset at Ezra Miller. I'm going to roll into the biggest bullshitter of them all, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Boo! Boo! Rubbish! Filth! Slime! Muck! Boo!
I'm coming in hot.
Boo!
I'm coming in hot. Real quick, the new Evil Dead was in theaters for like 2 weeks before it was on Vudu, and you could buy it to watch at home. I hope they do that, but I don't want to buy it either. I just want to watch it. The Rock is a man having to lick his wounds. Yes, he is. It's been 2 weeks already, so I'm gonna say if you don't care about spoilers, you can hang in there. I doubt anybody's like, I don't want Fast 10 spoilers at this point. But my man spoils part of the movie in his little Oscar speech here. All right, so let me play this for you.
Aloha from beautiful Hawaii. Just tapping in with you guys. You can see I got laid.
Let me, first of all, let's not forget, as a reminder, The Rock, Mr. Hobbs, was in the Fast movies, decides, hey, I need a standalone. Vin goes, no. He goes, I'm the star. I need a standalone. He gets the standalone, but now he's out of Fast. He's done. And you know what? This technically is going to roll into box office, so we're just going to, boom. He's done. He's going to go do his own thing. Actually, you know what? Hang on. Where are you at? He goes and does his own thing. Again, I bring up the paperwork. And Hobbs and Shaw, if I go total theater, is the fourth ranked total earned Fast movie, right? $760 million. So it does way better than anybody could have expected. However, this movie also proves that The Rock has to be tied to a franchise or something bigger than himself to get people out there, to get people to see this movie. Now, there is no question. He is a big international star, but you know what? So is the Fast franchise. The Fast franchise, huge internationally. Let me sort it this way. All right, drops to 5. So he and Jason Statham pull in just past the halfway mark on the Fast franchise. But by no stretch is he leading the pack in these movies like he probably thinks he should be, like he thinks he would. As far as an open goes, drops even further. So one of the lower openings of the entire franchise. It just crept up little by little because it's The Rock. It's Fast and Furious. We got to see it. But my man thinks, or he thought, that he was it. He thought, I'm the man. Vin, you need to cut the check or I ain't doing it. And Vin said, you know what? You can walk. Get out of here. We're good. The Rock said, fine, bet. I'll get out of here. I'm all right. I got Black Adam to make. I got movies to make. Ezra can't be canceled and The Rock won't go away. Yes. It's more annoying the more I see him. There you go. There you go. The chat disappeared again. I don't know why it does that. Whatever. So time goes on. Black Adam bombs. Shazam 2 bombs. I think DC's like, man, you're effing it up. You're effing it up. And The Rock's like, all right. And this is all speculation, by the way. I didn't read this. But my man's like, all right, how can I prove that I'm a star? How can I prove I'm the moneymaker? I know. Let me go back to one of the franchises that I make a lot of money with. But more specifically, the movies make a lot of money. So people think I'm the reason the movies are making a lot of money. He can go and do Jumanji. I don't know if there's another one coming out. I haven't seen anything, but best believe there's another Jumanji coming out. He's going to go do live action Moana. That made a lot of money. So, of course, he's going to be like, well, it made money because of me. I'm the reason. I'm the guy. Hang on, I forgot to put my do not disturb. But also, he's like, I got to get back to Fast. I got like Billy. This franchise is making too much money for me not to get back with, because I have to show people I am part of the reason they are making their money. Let's see what he says.
There's always room for a cheesy joke. Just tapping in with you guys and delivering a little information, long-awaited information. You guys have been waiting for over a week now for me to confirm. So
I honestly was losing sleep. I was like, where is The Rock? I need The Rock back in my life. I need The Rock back in my Fast and Furious. Hell, it wasn't a year. I was waiting. It wasn't a week. I was waiting years for this news.
100% confirming to you guys around the world.
Oh, thank
that,
God.
Yes, it is true.
Oh my God, thank God.
Hobbs is back.
Oh God, thank God. Oh my God, thank you, Jesus.
Franchise.
Oh, the franchise is saved.
Man, I gotta tell you.
Yep.
Well, before I get into the why and the how.
Yep. Spoilers, by the way. He's about to spoil Fast 10 for all of you. If you care that much.
I was able to pull this off and get together with Vin and pull this thing off.
Yeah, they
Before
pulled
I
it
get
off.
Into that, let me just say that it has been so incredibly personally gratifying and satisfying and humbling and exciting to see your reactions around the world. First of all, the secret of Hobbs being back in the Fast and Furious franchise, that was a secret that was hard as hell to keep. And you guys know me, and you know my operating motto, and at $7 Productions, which is always audience first, fans first.
Sorry. $7 Productions. Founder, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. What have they produced? They produced Shazam. Oh, Black Adam. This is old. That's old there. Here you go. IMDb. Sorted by popularity. Shazam, Black Adam, Hobbs and Shaw, Baywatch, Jumanji, Red Notice, DC, Super Pets, Jungle Cruise, Red One. So every movie that he's in, right? Now, I kind of want to give him props on this. Literally, my man says, anything I'm in, my team is producing. We're getting not just my money for the acting role. Best believe I'm getting the goddamn production credit as well. And I pray to God he does not get to do this Big Trouble movie. Pray to God. So literally everything is The Rock. Let's continue.
First. So it has been so cool to see your reactions around the world of Hobbs returning. The messages that I've gotten, the videos that I have seen in theaters all around the world, and you guys erupting.
I've seen 0 videos. 0. But if you guys have, by all means, let me know.
When Hobbs is revealed at the end, in the tag, is like a rock concert all around the world, and that it was just so fucking cool. Excuse my language, and I loved it. And I love you guys. Thank you for that incredible reaction. So, in terms of the why, I think, when you, despite us having our differences, me and Vin.
Differences is like, hey man, I think you're getting a little crazy with you flying through the air and catching Letty mid-air without getting hurt. I think you're you're pushing the line a little bit on this one. And that's a little creative difference. Not, I want my own movie. No, well then we're just not doing this. That's not a disagreement. What up, Legacy? What up, Rolando? Good to see both of you. Let us proceed.
We've been like brothers for years, and despite having our differences, when you lead with...
This is the best part. This is, if I did it on TikTok, I can't really do it here where I overlay something. If I can put a blue cap on this man, this is exactly where it begins. Again, let's go back. Somehow his company produced Shazam. I don't understand how. He's not even in the movie. But again, DC was kind of like, we trust you, right? Black Adam, Hobbs and Shaw, Baywatch, Jumanji, Red Notice, DC. Super Pets also, that came out this week, right? No. One of them, I feel like another DC Super Pet thing came out. But we're seeing where this is going here. Maybe you don't. Let's proceed.
The idea of, number one, resolve, but then also you just think about the future and you think about plans that are much bigger than ourselves.
Mm.
And those bigger plans
Yes.
are the bigger build-outs. Those
Yeah.
bigger plans
Mm-hmm.
are the North Star,
Yeah.
as I always like to say. The North Star is always my guiding light in whatever endeavor or opportunity that I am in, that I'm passionate about. I always keep a North Star in my clarity and in my focus. And in this case, the North Star is the franchise that
Yeah,
we love.
$7 billion.
The
That's the North Star.
are
Yeah.
characters that we love, and the North Star are fans that we love.
Yes,
So
what you all wanted.
When you add all that up,
You get $7 billion.
it's really not a hard decision to make.
No.
It's a yes. So yes.
Yes.
Cannot wait, and our $7 Productions can't wait to help produce the next installment.
That, and there it is again. There it is again. There it is again.
Of the Fast and Furious franchise, and yes, at the end, you guys are all talking about it. It's not even unfinished business between Jason Momoa's character, who did a great job, by the way, with his character of Dante.
Yeah,
It's not even
Jason,
unfinished
good job
business
there.
between Dante and Hobbs. It's business is about to pick up. Oh shit, business is about to pick up. So
What we've always wanted.
If you thought that The Rock versus Stone Cold Steve Austin headlining 3 WrestleManias, you thought that was earth-shattering?
Nostalgia hit, yep.
Well, wait till you see what happens when Dante and Hobbs collide. Anyway, that's for down the road.
You could have at least said you thought it was crazy when Vin and The Rock were going, or when Vin and what is his name in the goddamn movie? Vin Diesel's character, Toretto. You thought it was crazy when Dom and Hobbs are going at it. No, wait till it's. Oh, sorry. You thought it was crazy when Dom and Hobbs are going at it. No, you thought it was crazy when Jason Statham's character, when Shaw and Hobbs were going at it. No. Wait until you get Hobbs and whatever Jason's character is.
I'll keep you guys updated.
Yes,
on
we need the
everything
update.
Fast and Furious, on everything Hobbs.
Yep.
I want to say congratulations to my Fast family, the Fast and Furious cast. Congratulations to Universal, who I started my career with. I always consider them family, and most importantly to the fans. I appreciate you. I love you, and in true Hobbs speak, Daddy's got to go to work.
I've defended The Rock for a long time. And that it was always the same movies that Aaron listed before. Scorpion King, The Rundown, Walking Tall, Pain and Gain. Good movies. The Rock can act. The Rock can do good movies. Shit like that. I'm sorry. You saw how the let's go in order here. You saw how the movies just kept making that money without you. Right? They kept going. And you're like, God, I can't stay away. I need to produce it. Get me back in. Put me back in, coach. I'm down. Then I'll cut you a bigger piece of the pie. Like, it's ridiculous, man. F that. I'm sorry. If I ever met him in person, he would smack the shit out of me. I know it will happen. He'll send the Samoan goons after me. I'm aware. But I can't do this anymore. And I don't think any of us can do this anymore. I'm sick and tired of The Rock. He needs, unless some like humbleness comes over him at some point, I'm tired of it. And you know what? Fast X, as of last night, crossed $603 million. Again, it's the international that continues to push the Fast franchise. I made a note here. I predict the catch is 9, but it may not beat Hobbs and Shaw. You know what? I might go see this movie in hopes that it beats Hobbs and Shaw. I need Hobbs and Shaw to work its way down the list. Hell, re-release Too Fast, Too Furious. I'll go see that bitch every week. Every week, I'll buy 10 tickets to see that thing. To hopefully get Hobbs and Shaw pushed down that list. But anyway, we're running way over time. So let's quickly get here into the real fight of the summer. Spider-Man versus Tom Cruise. So, right now, I pulled up all the Mission Impossible movies and Spider-Man, Spider-Verse movies. 2 versus, what is that? 6, 7. Oh, sorry, 7 here. Now, I included Top Gun Maverick here because I think part of the success of Mission Impossible will fall on Mission Impossible. What the hell am I doing there? Part of the success of Mission Impossible is going to be because of Top Gun Maverick. People believe in Tom Cruise. They believe in the stunts. They believe in the action. All that stuff. So Top Gun Maverick was an anomaly, right? Crossed $1 billion. First big movie. It wasn't the first one after Pan, but because that would have been Spider-Man, I want to say. I think Spider-Man was the first big movie after like lockdowns. They tried to make Shang-Chi that movie, and it was not that movie. So I think Spider-Man was, but Top Gun Maverick was the one that everybody said, no, you cannot wait till this is at home. You have to go to the theaters and see this. It's amazing. And it delivered. So there is like an asterisk to go here. That I will say. Now, looking at the opens here, right now, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, 120 million domestic with a low, wow, voice hit puberty on that one, with a lower international overall of 88 million. This will be the tale of Spider-Man versus Tom Cruise, because you could see here Mission Impossible Fallout 2018, 61 million open, domestic ended up crossing 220, international 571. So I made a note to myself here. I predict it beats Flash, not guaranteed to beat Top Gun. Talking about Across the Spider-Verse. I don't think Flash is that movie this summer. I'm kind of hoping it's not that movie. Spider-Man can do it. It can do it, but it's got to stay strong domestically. It needs to pull a Super Mario. And we'll look at Super Mario real quick too. It needs to pull Super Mario and continue to be strong week over week. Otherwise, even though Mission Impossible had the lower open of these two, I think this 61 for Mission Impossible ends up being more, I'm going to go 80, 70 to 80 on an open. I think the international is going to do killer numbers. And I feel like Mission Impossible is still going to win the summer, but Spider-Man's going to give it a run for its money. And once again, I'm not counting Super Mario. That's not in that summer release competition. But Spider-Man 120. Let's go to the overall list before we wrap today's episode. Did I already add it? Oh, I did. So sorting here on the movies on the year. Spider-Man is third place on the year. As far as domestic open, Avatar and Mario Brothers are ahead of it. So Spider-Man at the end of the day, I think Spider-Man has a good chance at Spider-Man, I think, can catch. This is a strong statement. Hang on. I got to go to Box Office Mojo real quick before I start talking wild. Yearly. All right. This is domestic. I need worldwide. Look at Fast X. Look how high Fast X climbed once you go worldwide. Insane. Insane. Spider-Man right now, number 8. Spider-Man's not catching Mario. It is not. It is not. Not when we're talking at the total at the end of the day. Domestically, I think it has a shot. I think it has a shot to catch Mario, but Tom Cruise is gonna win it. He's gonna win the summer. I don't see it, but you guys can let me know. Before we wrap, sorry, let me just catch up on comments real quick. Yeah, I have the spreadsheet. I just rewatched Maverick for easily the 6th or 7th time. I'm sorry, but Tom, I trust. He's going to win. Yeah. True or false? None of us think Oppenheimer will win, but we think it will be an amazing movie. I think false. And on paper, I don't doubt Christopher Nolan makes a good movie, but I don't think anybody's going to watch it. I don't think people give a shit enough to watch it to merit it being a good movie. Like the greatest movie ever made, one can argue, exists on a computer. It exists on Vudu for free. But people haven't seen it, so I can't count it. So with Oppenheimer, it's going to have amazing production. It's Christopher Nolan. So that's just what he does. I don't see it. And nobody's going to see it. And in Legacy, just to wrap, brings up an amazing point. I feel like everybody has seen Flash already. I talked about it last week where I said a lot of people singing the praises of Flash got that early access to it's like incomplete version or something. I think didn't you see it? I know Countdown City Geeks were seeing it or saw it. It's not like a finished version, I think. But I feel like the real hardcores that want to see it probably saw it already. I think that's a real fair statement. And then it's going to release. We'll open. Somebody remind me to put this in later. We'll open. I'm going 60-ish range on Flash. Half the team's seen it. Is it? I don't think it's wild. I don't think the public cares as much about the Ezra thing as we think, but I don't think there's a lot of push behind it. So the casual person who knows Batman, who knows Flash, will go see the movie. I think Flash, I'm going to change that 60. I'm going to say Flash does, Spider-Man did 120. Flash does 80. Flash does between 80 and 90 and then falls off. There's like 4 preview screenings this week. Yeah, I got, and you know what's crazy about the preview screenings for Flash? They're advertising it like on Fandango. Like I could legit just go on now and find which of, there's like 3 theaters in my state doing it, or sorry, in the city doing it. I can find 3 of them that are doing the preview and just buy a ticket to it. Like it's not even like DC's reaching out to people like, oh, you're such a big following, come see the movie. They're like, please come see the screening. We need some press on this thing. Because they've spent and wasted so much money on that movie. It's going to be hard to make that back. So I think at the end of the day, that director is trolling. But if he's not trolling, he can kick rocks. Speaking of rocks, The Rock can go kick himself. And ladies and gentlemen, I think that's an end of an episode. So Steve, don't fire me. Kevin Smith is doing a screening Thursday, 6:15 for a crazy low price. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I fully believe in this whole like Hollywood Illuminati shit when I see stuff like that. Go see it. I'm not even being sarcastic. Go see it. Go see it for free if they're doing that. Because they're all in on it. Like, oh, Kevin Smith's going to be there. I wish I had a hat here. Backward hat's Kevin Smith crying. Selfie in the theater. It was the greatest movie I've ever seen in my life. Oh my God. It's so amazing. Oh, it's not better than Rise of Skywalker, but The Flash was so great. And then the next movie's going to come out that somebody Kevin Smith knows is in, and that's going to be the greatest movie he ever saw. That's just how he rolls. And you know how we roll? Every Monday morning, 9 a.m. Eastern here on Nerd Affiliated. Every Thursday, 8:15 p.m. here on Nerd Affiliated. We have Hey Archer Live. Anthony has some reviews dropping. I've got to do an unboxing, actually, for the channel. Maybe that drops next week. I'm going to go see Spiderman on Wednesday. Hopefully you guys go see it too. Did Kevin Smith send you an audio? I love Kenobi. I love all of you. Talk to all you nerds in the next video. Peace.
Wow.